So I'm going to give you a quick visual overview of using Blackboard and a short preview of TestOut. And so every time you come into your Blackboard shell for this course, you're going to come to the announcements page. Please make sure to read any announcements that I leave there. It'll always be something that's going to help you, could be related to overall school issues or things that you should know about, or it could be very specific to our class. And I always communicate along the way about grades there. So always read the announcements. I will admit I kind of write a little bit long announcements, but believe me, read the whole entire thing from start to finish and you'll find it useful. So after you enter announcements, the first day you're going to enter at the Start Here page, which you can always refer back to. For those of you new to online, there's a great guide put together. Please, every single website page, which I refer to, these are each pages that you will utilize in Blackboard. Start from the top and always work your way all the way down. As you can see, there's a lot of information there, so be sure to use the scroll bar. So you'll start off reading this entire thing. You'll see some information about the course, the textbook, and how to do well in the course. And this is what I'm going to quickly go over visually for you. So when you're trying to figure out the actual coursework, you go into the coursework folder. And here's a reminder about when things are due and late, how much you get off, and how it's important to keep track of your grades. Also want to note that when I grade work, you will see a little blue bubble show up next to your score when you look at your grades. That means there's a comment. Please be sure to read that. I always allow people to resubmit things after they take the comment and make improvements. You'll still see here, keeping track of grades from Blackboard. This is an Excel document that you can download, and maybe you don't know Excel yet, but you will in the course. But basically it is the actual work plan for our each week, and it has all the assignments you'll have to do, how many points are possible for the assignments, and also you can keep track of how many points you've earned. So all you have to do is, as you look to see what week's work it is, you'll know the unit, you'll know the specific topics, and you'll know your assignments, you know the points possible. All you have to do is keep track of your grades there, and it will automatically tally up your points for you. Anytime you have questions about your grade, you will have to send me your work plan with your points earned filled out. So that's some information about that. It kind of also tells you how to get grades from TestOut, which we're going to talk about in a second. But the weeks are organized and very clearly with dates. When you enter, you'll always see the week, the work you need to do, and for some it'll be by week, and for some it'll be by day, but depending on what class you're in. But it will always sort of list what order you should do things. Please don't skip around. Always start at the top and go all the way down to the bottom. You'll see this shortcut here means this is a discussion post. So right here is the actual discussion that you're going to answer. And so when you click on this, it's actually a shortcut to go to the discussions page, which is over here on the left, but it's a shortcut to bring you right there. And you can create a thread to answer your questions. Now the other kinds of things you're going to be having to do in Blackboard will be things like assignments and just actual reading of things. So if I go down here, I'll show you what the differences look like. So right here is a folder. That means you're actually supposed to go inside the folder. So I would click on it, and it brings me to a whole slew of information. When you just see things like this listed, you're supposed to read, obviously, what's there. You'll see things like this, which means it's a video, and you can play the video right inside the Blackboard. So it doesn't take you to another page necessarily. You can watch it right there. Videos are great because I go over things, I demonstrate things, and it allows you to fast forward, back up, whatever you need to do. This icon right here is indicating it's a learning module, and so again, you click on it, and it's going to bring you to additional information. It's expected that you read through each page and there may be links, and so you would just read through, make sure you read everything. All of this is information to help supplement what you're learning with the textbook. This allows you to have the information that you need to finish the assignment. So I do expect you to read everything. If you notice here, I'm clicking up here to go back. These are like breadcrumbs, so it's letting me know where I am, and I can use that to navigate back and forth, as well as using the back button. So additionally, this icon here with the pencil and ruler means that this is an assignment. You'll usually see an attached file there. That means you're supposed to open the file, read the actual file, or in some instances it might be to actually do something. In this case, this is the actual assignment, so you'll read through the assignment to understand what you're supposed to be doing. So whenever you see this, that means that you're going to click on this, and this is where you actually upload that assignment into Blackboard. And so you will always be attaching files. So you'll click there for Browse My Computer, and you'll actually attach whatever file it is you need to submit. And then you would make sure to click Submit so that it would actually be submitted. You can also use it to save drafts of things. Blackboard is also cloud storage. The other kind of icons I want to make sure that you're aware of are like this. So let me go down to... you'll also see the globe icon, and this means that this is a website page. So when you click on it, it's going to open up a new window. And whenever I have these listed, it's because I want you to read the information on that page. So there is a lot of supplementing your textbook as well, and you are expected to read all that. Obviously, you'll see that this is information I'm expecting you to read. Again, starting at the top, going down, and then you'll also see things like this, attached files, where I'm encouraging you to open that document and actually read through it. All of this stuff is to help supplement what you're learning in the book and reinforcing really important technical skills. So the other thing I wanted to show you is when we are tasked with reading in the textbook. So this is textbook work, meaning you're supposed to complete Chapter 0, complete Chapter 1 in TestOut. TestOut is our textbook we use. And so you'll be logging in. You would always have a separate browser tab open. You'll log into TestOut, and it will look like this. If you want further information on how to use TestOut, we are doing Chapter 0 to introduce you to it. Up here on the right, you'll see this icon with the lines, and that is actually the table of contents. So you can go through all the chapters, see everything. So this allows you, if you're, let's say, doing an Excel assignment and you forget how to sort, let's say, you're not sure how to do that, you can actually go back to the chapters that you've been through, and you can go over again what they mean. Especially, like, for instance, you're going to be using a lot of functions, so you could click on it and it'll bring you back to that video for it. And so it's really important that you do Chapter 0 to learn how to use TestOut. This is all the information that we need to be able to be successful with using it. And I highly encourage you to watch all the videos. They'll be very useful to you. That's how you're actually seeing. That's the seeing what you're supposed to be doing. And then after you do that, you'll have some reading to do. It's not mandatory that you read through the entire page. It's just basically to help reinforce things that you just learned in the videos. So this is almost like a study guide or a reference guide. So you'll certainly want to come back to that. And then you'll be doing the labs, which when you start the labs, basically becomes a simulation. So see how another tab opened up. If you don't have your pop-up blockers turned off, this new tab will not open up. So make sure you allow for the pop-ups to happen. That just means that a new tab, a new tab is opening. So when I do that, it opens up. If when you click Start Lab, it does not open, it means your pop-up blockers are on still. And so going back to our Blackboard shell, see how I'm going in and out of all the different browser windows. When you go back to the Blackboard shell, if you're not sure what pop-up blockers are, go to the Help page. And when you click on the Help page, you're going to see, again, some stuff that you need to read through. And you'll see, oh, these little learning modules. Helpful computer info, okay. And then helpful videos, okay. Well, first look in the helpful computer. You'll see all sorts of stuff. And I highly encourage you to read through them all. You can also click anywhere in here, and you'll see info on pop-up blockers and tells you what to do to make sure that they're turned off. The other thing in the help section I want to point out is helpful videos. So I've put together several different videos which reinforce the skills that you're learning in TestOut. So not only can you use TestOut, the table of contents, to jump around to things you've learned in the book, but you can also come here to these. You'll definitely be encouraged by me to look at the Excel ones especially. So getting back to our TestOut book, the simulation is currently loading, and I cannot say this enough. When you're first learning the skills, unless you already feel like you're an expert, please use the Show Me and watch the videos for every single lab. So you can see them doing it. They're showing you first, and then afterwards, then you can follow the directions and do it. You'll go through all this when you go through chapter 0, right? So you will understand how to use TestOut by using this. Can't encourage you enough to watch all the videos in TestOut, to watch the videos I post here for you. And to every time you come in, make sure you read the announcements that are left for you. And if you have any questions, please utilize the discussions page. So when you go to the discussion board, you see have a question. Never ever hurts to pose the question to the class. We're all here as a team. We're all going to get through this class. So please utilize that forum to help each other. And of course, if you have any questions, you can always contact me. So over here, contact Professor Hargis. There's all my contact info. And if you did want to sign up for office hours, you can do that here. Thank you.